Each year, the graduating class honors one of its own members as the class valedictorian, based on his or her academic achievement and community leadership. As a Divine Word College student over the past 5 years, 1 year in ESL and 4 years in undergraduate studies, this year's valedictorian has distinguished himself as both a scholar and a leader in many ways. He has qualified for the academic dean's list every single semester at Divine Word for his solid academic achievement. He is a recipient of both the Father Robert Flynn SVD Scholarship and the Bishop Curtis Guillory SVD Scholarship. In April 2018, he was awarded the Brother Leonard Bauer SVD Service Award in recognition for his loyal, selfless, and sustained service to the college and to its community. Through the years, he is especially known here for his rather enthusiastic piano performance style during liturgies. So much so that Father Ken is concerned that he might one day break our piano. He was the on-campus president of the Vietnamese Student Association, having earlier served as that organization's liturgy coordinator and treasurer. His capstone project in intercultural studies, written under the guidance of Dr. Anton Jacobs, chair of the Department of Interdisciplinary Studies, is entitled Music Video Reception, an Exploratory Study of Music Appreciation. He is a candidate for the SVD Brotherhood and will enter the Divine Word Novitiate in Techny, Illinois this autumn. Please welcome class valedictorian, Mr. Nguyen G. Nguyen.
First, congratulations to all the graduates. We have accomplished so much and completed our academic journey together. And this day, our graduation day, is finally here. To all of the families, friends, and other graduation guests, welcome to our community and Divine Word College. We are excited to have you here. Welcome and thank you to Father Quang Đức Đinh and the trustees, Father Tom Ashman, our president, and the faculty and staff members. Today is a day to be thankful and inspired, and we are glad to be sharing it with all of you. Today, celebrating the gift of life, let us say happy birthday to Father John and Sister Xuyen. I would like to start my speech by telling you one interesting thing that you might like to know. Here at Divine Word College, there is an interview called the exit interview for those who are going to leave the college. I dreamed about my exit interview 3 weeks ago. Would you like to hear about it? Sure. Thank you for your support. I'm motivated to continue my speech now. In my dream, it was warm and sunny, and it felt like winter was really over, and spring finally came. The saying, "This is the last snow," finally came true. I came to the interviewer's office on the third floor. After a short greeting, he told me to get ready for the exit interview. I was a little nervous because I had no idea what questions he would have for me. The interviewer looked at me and said, "Dung, here is your first question. How many letters are there in the word Epworth?" How many? Let me count. E, P, W, O, R, T, H. 7, sir. There are 7 letters in Epworth. That is correct, he said. I believe that you will never forget Epworth. That is true, sir, I replied. Here is the second question. At the Epworth College, who is considered the youngest person? You know what? I've heard this question before, and I believe I know the answer. So the youngest person is Father Boucher. Young man. You are correct again. I believe you will never forget Father Boucher. That is true, sir. I like him because he always reminded me, be clear, slow, and loud. I like him too, said the interviewer. And here is your last question. What will you miss the most when you leave the college? Without a second of thinking, I answered, I will miss the piano the most, sir. And I believe I will never forget it. So, to be honest, I made up this story just to grab your attention. However, the last question that I made up made me think more deeply about what I will miss. And this is my answer. This picture is the symbol of the phrase, one heart, many faces. I came to know this picture along with the phrase after I started my studies here. The phrase, one heart, many faces, is not only an important aspect of the Epworth missionaries, but also the character and the spirit of the Epworth College, because it refers to the intercultural living here. This symbol is inspiring, yet very challenging. Why don't you take a look around you? For sure, you see many people from different countries. But can you know by looking what country they come from? For example, a person may look like a Vietnamese, but is actually from Burma. Just being confused about nationality is already an obstacle of getting to know each other, because it might make you feel uneasy when someone is confused about our national identity. If you don't know what intercultural living is, it means that you live among people whose cultures are different from yours, and you try to understand their cultures and become brothers and sisters to one another. We, the graduates, chose Called by the Word as our graduation theme because we believe that we were called to be here for a reason. And that reason is to live an intercultural life. And that our intercultural living is a sign of the kingdom of God. Throughout our years of studying and living at Divine Word College, we have fostered our intercultural aspect by making it as our goal. We have tried our best to achieve this goal, and we have had a better understanding of each other's cultures and come to love one another as brothers and sisters. Just in the student body alone, there are 23 countries, and every day we meet, share, study, and work together in harmony, in joy, and even in sorrow. Isn't that wonderful? The image here for me represents not only the spirit of Divine Word College, but also the activities, customs, and traditions of Divine Word College. The first custom, as I name it, is one English, many voices. We encourage each other to learn English by making a pledge to speak English everywhere at all times. All non-American students are working very hard for their English. They even speak English in a very fun way. For example, instead of saying set up, they say si tập. Instead of saying island, they say Islam. Yes, say it louder. Instead of saying history, they say high story. The second tradition is one Mass, many languages. The Thanksgiving Mass this morning is an example of this tradition. We also have the celebration of Mission Sunday, in which we sing and pray in many languages. We also work together in other cultural events. The last activity is one dining room, many foods. Sometimes at Sunday supper, we have a cultural dinner cooked by a formation group. This is the best activity, in my opinion, because the food is always delicious. It is all-you-can-eat buffet. The food is plenty, and you will not leave the dining room with an empty stomach. More importantly, the dining room is also a place of intercultural encounter. You can learn a lot from other cultures and their activities. For example, the other day, I was sitting with some Haitian students during dinner, and I learned that Haitian people like to spend their time at the beach during summer because it is very hot. Some young people even sleep on the roof at night if it is too hot. Isn't that interesting? I will miss all of these shared customs and activities when I leave the college. Today is also the day that all of us, the graduates, say goodbye to all of you. So, on their behalf, I would like to say thank you for everything you have done for us during our time at Divine Word College. To the students, we are lucky to have you and to be your roommates, classmates, and crewmates. We are very proud of you because you always do your best to study and to make the spirit of intercultural living possible. To the faculty and staff, we are also lucky to have you things from you. To the SSVD and SSPS, we are inspired very much by your words and deeds. You have given us an opportunity to learn about ourselves and to develop our missionary spirit so that we are ready to spread the good news wherever we go. To our families and friends, both those present here with us and those who are far away, as your sons and daughters, as your friends, we thank you very much for your endless support and love. We are blessed to have you here to celebrate these important events of our life. Finally, to everyone, I'd be happy if you miss me. But don't feel sad if I miss the piano more. Just kidding. I will miss you all. I will carry everything I remember about the Bible College, especially the intercultural experience that I have gained over the years, and share it with wherever I go. And I hope that each one of you will share what you remember about the Bible College wherever you go, because that might be an inspiration to anyone who is interested in experiencing an intercultural living. Thank you very much.